Okay, this should have dried now, so I'm going to take the clamps off. Once I've got the clamps off, we've got the same thing now to do with the back block, which is this here. Again, it's marked up, if you can see that. Exactly the same process, fits in the back here and brings the back of the guitar together. I'll do exactly the same process I did with the neck block. Glue it half by half, clamp it up and let it dry, and then we'll take once it's dry, we'll take the clamps off and see what it looks like. So there we go. That's the other block in position. It's all glued in, clamped up. Just want to let that dry off now. I'm going to take the clamps off, make sure everything's okay. Clean up a bit of the glue overspill on the inside, so it's nice and neat in the inside, and we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, well, we've left it overnight. The glue should be dry, so we'll just take these clamps off and see what we've got. Try and do this one-handed. I probably can. Careful here. Okay, the clamps off, the cores off. Right, let's have a look. Now, that's a good joint. There's no gaps in it. It's nice and close together. And it's nice and square. So, there we are. We have a basic shape of the guitar, but it is only basic. It isn't quite the shape that we need yet. For that, we have another piece of equipment. I'll just tell you that I've sanded the insides of these smooth, because if I don't do it before we glue it together, then it won't be able to be done later on. It's not, well, a lot of people say it's not important to do that, but I've got a theory that anything that's loose in the guitar, that's not fixed, or that anything that can absorb the sound is going to make the guitar less acoustic. It's going to take some of the reverberation away from it. So, as far as I'm concerned, I want to keep it as clean and as smooth as I can all the way through. Now then, I've got another little tool. I'm just going to stop this for a second while I put my clamps away, and I'll show you what we do now. Okay. Now, one of the important things, as we've discovered with making the guitar, is that has to be absolutely at the right angle. Because if it's not, the neck's going to fit onto this surface here. And if it's not at a right angle, the neck won't go on straight. So it's causing a lot of work later on if you don't get it right now, which is one of the problems I've got with my previous guitar. In order to do that, there's two ways it can be done. The way it was done the last time, which was a kit guitar, you're provided with an interior mould. It's like a cardboard template. There's two of them of corrugated cardboard. You put them inside, and you put what they call a waist clamp across the top, which is just a piece of wood. Have I still got mine? Possibly not. It's just a piece of wood shaped like well. Let me see if I can find it. Just give me. Yeah, here we are. It's a piece of wood like that, and what that would do is it would fit over the guitar like that, and it would bring these sides in towards each other. But I haven't got that with this one. It does work. It's not very successful, but it does work. It takes a lot of effort. For this one, I've got something called a body mould, which is an external mould rather than the internal template, and it works a lot better. And I'll just show you what it is. I've got it over here. These are the two halves of it here, and basically you put the guitar as it is at the moment inside there, clip the other side on, and then force it apart with some spacers so it takes up the shape of the mould. So I'm going to start doing that now, but unfortunately I can't do it one-handed. Right, as you can see, I've just put it in there roughly just so you can see how it works. The mould's in two halves. I've put the two halves together. I've just got to clamp them up now, which I'll do now. That's now in the mould. I'll just lift it up so you can see. But you can see, if you look very carefully, you can see there's some little gaps around the mould. So we have some spacers which we use just to push it apart and keep it very, very tight inside there. Okay, now then, as you can see, the guitar frame is actually in the mould. I'll put these spacers in, 2 of these, and what they do, they push the guitar frame into the mould, so it's really, really tight fit. This one here pushes again front and back, and it holds this very, very firmly against the top end and makes that a right angle. It can't be anything else. And these stay in, and this stays on until the actual guitar body is completely built, with the front on it and the back on. Okay, and what you do, you take these things out through the sound hole of the guitar once it's finished. So these are on it now for quite a long time. I'll just lift it up just to show you. As you can see, there's no gap at all. It's complete all the way around with no spaces. So that ensures the geometry of the guitar will be right. Allegedly foolproof, but we'll see, because the trouble is the things we're doing now are absolutely vital to the guitar. If you don't get these right now, it causes massive problems later on, as I've discovered to my own cost.